So good morning to everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning to all. So in today's turn, we are going to start our WebGIS subject. Okay. So this is the very first subject of WebGIS. In this turn, we will learn about the introduction of WebGIS, about the different things or different basics that has started the WebGIS. Okay. So before going into the theory part, I will first show you the different examples of WebGIS. As you can see it over here. Straight. Okay. So suppose when we say WebGIS, okay, how would you visualize this thing? Because you have already known about the GIS, what is GIS. So in the simple terms, if we try to define the GIS, so what we say that GIS is a system of hardware, software, and procedures that capture, store, edit, manipulate, manage, analyze, share, display the georeference data. So basically, when we talk about the GIS, we are working on the spatial data. We are performing different type of functions over there. Till now, when you have created your own GIS, because in the previous semester you have done the laboratory, in that one you have created your own data set. Isn't it? You have done the georeferencing of the topo sheets, and thereafter you have done the digitization. You can see the output of your digitization in the form of layout map. But the thing is that the data must be inside your system. The software must be installed on your machine. Only then you can see what is happening over there. Okay, means when we have a GIS, basically all the things, all the system should be in our computer. Whatever software we are using, whatever data we are using, everything must be inside our system, and only then we can perform any sort of analysis over there. Suppose you have created something. Okay, suppose you have say digitized some river. Now, if you want to share that information with me, you cannot share it directly. Means you can create a layout map and later on share that layout map image to me, but I cannot see that data directly because everything is in your own system. If you want to share that data, if you want to share that analysis to any person on the web, in that case, we need WebGIS. Okay, there is a need of WebGIS in that case. Like suppose I will give you some of the example. Like this one is the example of Bhunakshe portal. Okay, what is Bhunakshe? If you remember the cadastral mapping. Okay, I hope everyone has their notebook and pen with them. So write it down in your copy. What is cadastral map? Quickly write it down. What is cadastral map? So cadastral map is the property related map. It shows the ownership information. We have learned that very precise methods such as COGO, coordinate geometry, is used for create such type of maps because it gives the ownership information, and even a slight mistake in the ownership information will create a lot of conflict, a lot of legal battle in such type of cases. One of the very important use of GIS in cadastral map making or in cadastral mapping, because it is not just only about the ownership, it is also about the taxation. This information is for the use for the taxation. So if you remember the initial phase of GIS, which was CGIS, Canadian Geographic Information System, the very first application was in the field of inventory management of Canada so that proper text could be collected from the people. So that one was the cadastral mapping. Now what I am trying to show it over here, that right now I have opened one of the website, upbhunakshe.gov.in, and here you can see within the Uttar Pradesh, I can select any of the district. Okay, suppose I select, say, Kannauj. Okay, Tehsil. Again, I suppose I select Kannauj. Gaon. Suppose some village like that. Okay. Map is not coming right now. Okay, let's go to the another website. Right now it is not showing the map. There might be some problem with the website. Okay, leave it. I'm opening another map. Another website, which is Karnataka Geographic Information System. Okay. In the Karnataka Geographic Information System, or KGIS, there are different fields, as you can see over here: agriculture and applied, animal husbandry, commerce and industry, forest ecology, environment, health and allied, home security. There are so many different fields over here. Okay. Now suppose if I click on the agriculture and allied, okay, agriculture and allied like this. Okay. Again, here you can see different categories of the agriculture. Like suppose I go for the land suitability. Okay. So from the land suitability, I could select the district, any of the district of Karnataka. Okay, all of them are listed over here. Okay, any of the district that you would select, like I have selected Raichur. Inside the Raichur, I have selected as a taluka, I have selected Devdurga. So these are the different levels that I have selected. And now by using this analysis, like I could select any of the crop, I have selected the coconut over here, and then I could take this suitability map. Okay, as you can see on the screen, within the Raichur district, this land suitability for the coconut crop is given over here. Different legends are used, like green color for high suitability, yellow for moderate suitability, red for less suitability, and gray for not suitable. Now, is any of such data is on my system? The answer is no. I do not have the district boundary map of Raichur. I do not have the taluk map of Devdurga. I do not have any of the crop information with me. But right now, as you can see on the screen, all such information could get computed over here. Okay, whatever I want to select, whichever crop I want to select, I can select. Like suppose I want to select chilies, then calculate suitability. See, it is getting changed. So whatever crop you want, you can select over here, and the output is coming according to that one. Now, none of the data is with us. None of the spatial data, like the administrative boundary data, the crop suitability related data, nothing is with me, but still I can visualize it. How I am able to visualize this thing? Because of the web GIS. Because at somewhere, like over here, you can see this cat like, okay, this cat like icon. This one is for Apache. Okay, this one is for Apache server. So this whole thing is hosted on the Apache web server, and with the help of the GIS application, they are providing all this information. Okay. I can select so many things from here, different type of administrative boundary, cadastral layer, anything I could select. Okay. According to that one, the output will appear like this. Okay. So here there is a software called, it is not a software basically, it is a JavaScript library called Open Layers is used over here. Okay. And this is how the different things we can visualize, but there is no data in our system. This is what, this is one of the thing that is possible with the help of WebGIS. I can show you another example of this one, Karnataka GIS. Like suppose there are so many other things that are present over here. It is up to you if you want to go through this data set. Like suppose I want to see some thematic map. Okay? Like suppose I want to see the land use land cover map of Karnataka. I've just make a click over here and the layer of land use land cover. All this information of land use land cover is coming over here. Different legends, their meaning is given over here. You can read it from this one. So you already know these things when you were creating the layout map in GIS, isn't it? There are different elements in the GIS map layout. So when we were creating the map layout, we have the legends through which we can read the map. Here also, when we create such type of output over the web, there are different legends that are available over here through which we can see what is present over here on the ground. Like suppose, wait. Just wait for a minute. So the site is not opening right now. It will take some time. I will show you another example. Okay, this one is from Uttar Pradesh again. So see, this one is showing the industrial area name and the details. Like suppose if I go for the Allahabad, okay. So inside the Allahabad, there are three options for me for the industrial area: Saraswati, Nani, and bulk land. Suppose I want to see the Nani area. See. Here you can see the whole map of the Nani, and the different categories are used over here, like unallotted plot, available for allotment, red color not available for allotment, blue color land under process. Allotted plot, yellow vacant, purple under construction, olive green under production, orange production stop, blue sick, and white no status. So here you can see different plots in the industrial area of Allahabad, Nani area of Allahabad. And here you can read all these plots. Okay. You can read all these plots over here. The number is given over here. Like suppose this one is probably vacant area. So if I click on this one, the information is coming over here. Plot number, bulk land, sector 1, plot area this much square meter, plot type industrial plot, allotment date this. Okay. So much information is coming over here. I just need to click over here and the information of Nani is coming over here. Okay. Nani Aerospace is present over here. Okay, irrigation workshop division is present over here. So we just need to click over here and all the information of industrial area is coming, whichever land is available for allotment. So if anybody is interested in setting up an industry over here, they can use this map. They can find out which plot are available, which plots are not available. All this information is given over here with the help of what? With the help of WebGIS. Okay, with the help of WebGIS, you can see over here, so much information is available to the common public. This is what we are going to learn in this whole subject. Okay. So that's why I'm first of all trying to give you an overview that what we are going to learn. We are going to learn about the web GIS. Before going into the nitty-gritty, into the detail of that one, first try to think what we are going to learn, exactly what these things are. So this is what we are going to learn. Okay, how these things are created, what is the background behind them. This is what we will learn in this subject. The other things have been covered in the GIS, like how to create that. Like if somebody asks you how to create this map, okay, like suppose if I ask from any one of you, anyone, like Arun, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Arun, suppose if I ask from you that you need to create this type of map in GIS, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You have QGIS software. How will you create this map?
मैम पहले तो जैसे हमने मैप डाउनलोड किया था सर्वे ऑफ
सपोज
इंडिया
आपके
से।
पास में नैनी का बहुत पुराना एक पेपर मैप है ना,
यस मैम।
जिसमें ये सारे प्लॉट्स को लिखा हुआ है वहां पर कि इस तरीके के प्लॉट्स हैं, इनका ये डिटेल है, ये इसको अलॉट हुआ है, इस तारीख पर अलॉट हुआ है, उसका स्टेटस। ठीक है, ये पेपर मैप के फॉर्म में आपके पास में है। अभी आपसे हम बोल रहे हैं कि हमको ये GIS फॉर्म में चाहिए। आप किस तरीके से उस पेपर मैप को GIS में कन्वर्ट करेंगे?
मैम उसको स्कैन करके फिर मैम उसके कोऑर्डिनेट्स जियो रेफरेंस कर देंगे मैम, ये पॉलीगन से इसको सारा क्रिएट कर देंगे मैम।
लोग क्या टर्मिनोलॉजी यूज करते हैं, पॉलीगन से सारा उसको क्रिएट कर देंगे?
अरे मैम जैसे कि उसको तो पहले स्कैन करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि आपने हार्ड कॉपी दिया है, तो फिर मैम उसका फिर मैम जैसे हमने जियो रेफरेंस किया था उसके सारे कोऑर्डिनेट्स को वैसे जस्ट क्रिएट कर लेंगे कि कहाँ कौन से कोऑर्डिनेट कहाँ पे आ रहे हैं। तो मैम उसके बाद 1 बाय 1 जितने प्लॉट्स हैं मैम उसको लाइन से पॉलीगन से डिफाइन करेंगे, रोड बाउंड्री सब कुछ मैम ऐसे डिफाइन कर देंगे।
चलिए नेक्स्ट। यस भगत।
Yes, ma'am.
यस भगत, आप इस आंसर को कुछ इम्प्रूव करना चाहेंगे?
No, ma'am. I also use the manual data to perform this task.
Okay. So first of all, we will take a paper map, as it is told to you that you will have a paper map of that region. So first of all, you will take that paper map and thereafter you are going to perform the scanning operation on that one. Okay. So you will do the scanning over there so that you will get the hard copy map get converted into a digital form. The analog map will get converted into the digital form. And for that purpose, you will need a scanner. There are 3 different types of scanner, if you remember: flatbed scanner, rotating drum scanner, and feed forward scanner. So among two, rotating feed forward scanner and drum scanner, any one of them will be selected, and the whole paper map will get scanned with that one, so that it will get converted from the analog to the digital form. Once this thing is done, the problem is that it does not have the coordinates of Earth. Okay, it will not have the geographic coordinates, but it will have the scanner's coordinate. So in order to get the real world coordinate or the map coordinates in the scanned image, we need to perform the georeferencing operation. Once the georeferencing is done, the whole map will become georeferenced, and then by using the digitization process, we will digitize all the plots. Okay, all the plots or all the different sectors, industrial sectors which are given over here, all the plots will get digitized. Thereafter, one thing was missing earlier by the answers, that since the different details are associated with that one, like plot number is given right now on the screen, we need to associate that information with it. For this purpose, what we will do, we will perform the add attribute operation, and with the help of add attribute, we will add the details of every plot. Okay, every plot with that one. So this is how we will create any of the data set in GIS that all of you are very well aware about. The rest of the operation, once you have created all this data, this one is done in the GIS, and even in the web GIS also you have to perform this thing. Thereafter, what we need to do, we need to host this data on the server. Here the WebGIS come, that this is all, the data preparation part is done just like previously we have done in the GIS. Here also, by using the traditional GIS methods, we will create the data. But next few operation will be done with the help of WebGIS only, because all this data will get hosted on the server. Here we will use Apache Tomcat. Along with that one, we need a GIS server. Therefore, GeoServer will be used. And finally, by using different things that you will learn later on, how to create the interface, how to add the libraries with
Ma'am,
that. Yes.
ma'am, what is this name? Apache is what is that exactly? That is that server, ma'am?
Yes, Apache Tomcat. This is a single name. Apache Tomcat is the name of a web server. The server is used to, it is like a container. Okay, it will contain your data or your interface. Everything will be there on the server. We will learn in detail about the server and the client and other things later on. But yes, right now, Apache Tomcat is the name of a web server. Just wait for a minute. This is the Apache Tomcat. This one is the server. Okay, remember this logo. This one is for the Apache Tomcat. Okay. Here also you can see, this is what I was showing you in the land suitability example. I was telling you to see this logo. This is the Apache. Okay. How this web server looks like, sometimes students have a confusion that it will look like some machine. No, since, just wait for a minute. Yes, this is how this Apache Tomcat looks like. Okay, this one is a software. So do not get confused with some hardware machine. It is not some hardware, it is not a machine, it is a software. Apache Tomcat is a software. Okay. So it is a web server over here. It is not a hardware machine, but it is a software that we will use. So means later on, you will also install the Apache Tomcat and other things in your own system. This is how it will appear. This Apache Tomcat, this is how it will appear. So as we were discussing earlier, the data will get created by using the traditional GIS that we have learned since in the first semester. But the hosting part is done in the web GIS. Okay, so I hope now everyone will get some idea about the web GIS. And even in our day-to-day life also, in our day-to-day life, we also use the web GIS, but we do not, we are not aware about it. Like, if you are ordering something, okay, if you are searching something nearby, that nearby this, nearby that, everywhere you are basically applying the web GIS, because you are searching it over the web, you are searching it with the help of your mobile, with your laptop, whatever you are using, and you do not have that data, but you are searching that information. This is what? This is the web GIS. Okay. So this is what we are going to learn in this subject. Now, coming to the theory part, I have already uploaded this document on the Teams, MS Teams. So everyone will have this one, WebGIS 1 Introduction. So this one is the very first chapter that we are going to learn. This one will give you some theoretical background about the WebGIS. Okay, like, again, the same thing is here, that in our day-to-day life, whatever we are using, whatever we are searching, knowingly, unknowingly, we are using the web GIS. We are searching the things based upon their location. Like another example, I would like to show you, because vaccination program is going on. COVID vaccination center near me. Okay. So see, I am not even entering my location. It is automatically taking my location. So I am here in Telerganj. Okay. So our institute is in Telerganj. MNIT is in Telerganj. So you can see the nearby hospitals are marked over here. See. So here am I. Actually, I'm not able to locate the MNIT over here. This is Telerganj. Yes, this MNIT. So here, this one is my location, MNIT. Okay. MNIT Stadium, MNIT Playground. This whole campus is of MNIT. And you can see automatically the nearby hospitals where the vaccination drive is going on. You can search it. I can search it from here. Okay. Or I can use some other thing like Bhuvan portal. So I have also shown this thing earlier to you in the GIS when we were learning about it. So I have entered my location. 211004 is my pin code. Just wait. Here again you can see I am locating myself at MNIT. See. Yes. Now here you can see there is some problem in Bhuvan app. Location detection fails. Just wait for a minute. Suppose I am taking Prayagraj Junction. Okay. I am taking my location as Prayagraj Junction. And suppose I want free doses. Suppose I want Covaxin. Okay. Get details. So Covaxin is not available, but Covishield information is available. This one is showing the detail of that one, again in the form of attribute search. Okay, you have already know about two different type of searches, spatial searching and attribute based searching. So right now on the screen, the vaccine availability is given on the basis of attribute search, and on the map you can see these red color points showing the different places where vaccination is going on. Okay, like Heartline, Srijan Vatsalya Hospital, so many different places where the vaccination is going on. So here again, the web GIS has been used. So in our day-to-day life, whatever we are trying to search, whenever we try to search about any of the location, the web GIS is used over there. So this is what given in this one, that in our day-to-day places, the web GIS has been used. Now, before coming into the detail about the web GIS, first we will try to break up this thing, web and GIS, and about the evolution of both the things. First about the web. Okay. So what is web? When we say web, is web and internet both are the same things? Both web and internet, are they same? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
No. Why? What is the difference between the web and internet?
Ma'am, internet is something like a platform where we get all kinds of web servers. So, ma'am, इस वजह से हो सकता है दोनों difference हो.
Oh, yes, definitely. Both are the different, but the answer is not completely correct. You know, internet is like a platform where several services runs. Okay. Web is one such service. Since we are using web every time, that's why it is appears to us that internet and web are synonymous to each other. But the answer is no, they both are not synonymous. They both are different things. But since the web becomes so much popular that many times it appears that both web and internet are same. Internet is much more broader than the web. Now, starting with the internet, could anybody tell about the history of web, about the evolution of web? Internet, how the internet has been evolved? What was the story behind it?
The first internet was developed in ARPANET, uh, and then uh,
Yes, yes, you are correct. Anything else? Okay, I will tell the story of internet evolution. But before going to that one, you people quickly read about the internet story. So I think all of you must have downloaded this WebGIS introduction PDF. Okay, open this page number 2. Open this page number 2 of WebGIS introduction. Quickly read this part. Okay, so let's see about the evolution of the internet. You must have read a little bit about it. You know, the evolution of internet was started in the decade of 1960s. Okay. So in 1960s, there was a Cold War going on. So Cold War was taken place between which two countries? Can you name them?
Ma'am, US and Russia.
Yes, it is between the US and at that time it was USSR. Okay. So the Cold War was taken in 1960s. It was the time of Cold War between US and USSR, and it was a very long time war. People used to say that there was a lot of loss of human life during the World War I and World War II, but some of the people says that it is even more during the Cold War, and till now it has not ended. Even today, if you read the news, you will know that there is a lot of tension between the Russia and the USA. On which country? On Ukraine. Okay, right now there is a lot of tension between this Russia and other countries because of Ukraine. In this Cold War time, in 1960s decade I'm talking about, there is a lot of tension between US and USSR, and at that time the USSR has launched an intercontinental ballistic missile. Okay, so that's why the America was at a threat from USSR because of their intercontinental ballistic missile. Therefore, they have thought that if there is any warlike situation, or if some of the such type of attack is carried out by the USSR, they need some way to communicate between the different parts of the world. In case of any attack, in case of any disruption in the communication network, there must be some way through which different sections of the country, different parts of the country would be able to communicate with each other. For this purpose, the United States Department of Defense have started a project called ARPA. What is the full form of ARPA? Write it down. Advanced Research Project Agency. They have started a project called ARPANET in their agency called ARPA, Advanced Research Project Agency. This agency belongs to United States Department of Defense. So ARPA has initiated a research project, therefore, through which they can create a network that will connect different geographically separated locations together, through which they can exchange the information. And even in case of any attack, if some of the places will stop functioning, some of the nodes will stop functioning, even then they can communicate with each other. So that one means through ARPANET, Advanced Research Project Agency Network. Through ARPANET, in the year 1969, they are able to connect 4 different locations. Right now on the screen, you can see Stanford University, University of California, Santa Barbara, University of California, Los Angeles, Utah State University. So these are the 4 different locations. And in the year 1969, the ARPANET successfully connected these 4 universities together. And this has led to the invention of internet. So we can say that the ARPANET was the predecessor of internet. Okay, so this is the very first step through which in the year 1969, 4 different university campuses got connected. Later on, the number of nodes has been grown from 4 up to 57. And by the year 1975, this network has gone outside the United States of America to the Europe. Okay, so over the time, this network has been increased, and it is said to be network of network as internet. This is how the internet has started. On the internet, there were several services that used to work, like Telnet, Gopher, Usenet. Maybe some of them you have heard earlier. These are the different services: Telnet, Usenet, Gopher, FTP. several others. So most of these services, they do not have a very good user interface. Most of them are CLI, command line interface based. And it is not possible for the common public to use them. It is mostly used by the researchers, by the academicians, the people in the military, something like that, not by the common people. Okay. So at that time, there was one of the very popular service called Gopher. Okay. Let's show you that one. Just wait for a minute. Okay. So this one was one of the very popular internet service, Gopher. Okay. Gopher protocol Wikipedia. So over the time, this service has started to charge money from the public. Okay. Therefore, there was a person called Tim Berners-Lee. You can see his photograph over here. This is Tim Berners-Lee, and he has started a project in CERN, okay, CERN, European Organization for Nuclear Research. You know, this one is a very common question that, where Tim Berners-Lee used to work. Sometimes people used to say he works at NASA. Sometimes people used to say he works at Palo Alto. No, he works at CERN, European Organization for Nuclear Research. In the year 1990, Tim Berners-Lee has invented HTTP, HTML, and URL. Basically, what he has developed World Wide Web. That's why Tim Berners-Lee is known as the father of web. Now, why the development of web becomes so popular? First thing is that it is free. Okay, there is no licensing free, nothing like that. Second thing is its user interface. If you see it, it is using the very basic languages, HTML, HTTP, the URL. These are the different components of the web. And the interface that he has created was the graphical user interface. Earlier, as I told you, they are based on the CLI, command line interface, and it was not easy for everyone to use that one. But when you have the GUI, graphical user interface, any layman can use the services over there. So that's why when Tim Berners-Lee has invented the World Wide Web, it has become so much popular. Now, one of the main power of World Wide Web lies in the hyperlink. What is hyperlink? Hyperlink means, like right now, I want to search about the World Wide Web. You can see in this text, this blue color text, World Wide Web, this is called the hyperlink. And if I click on the World Wide Web, it opens a new page. So a hypertext opens a new page. This creates a web of pages. That's why it is this term web. This term web means it creates a web of pages. So the hyperlinking of the text, the hyperlinking of the images, this is one of the very powerful thing in the World Wide Web. And people can easily navigate over the web because everything is interlinked by the hypertext. Okay. They have their own hypertext transfer protocol. These hypertext transfer protocol could be accessed by using the web browser. Like right now on the screen, I have opened everything on Google Chrome. What is Google Chrome? It is a web browser. If you are using Mozilla Firefox, what is that one? It is again a web browser. If you are using Internet Explorer, again it is a web browser. So basically what we are doing, we are using a web browser to open all these things, isn't it? So this is the fundamental requirement. If you want to open any of the web page, you need a web browser. You need an internet connectivity. You need a web browser. And on that web browser, you can view all this thing. Okay. And here you can see this information. I have highlighted this one. This page address, this is called URL, Uniform Resource Locator, or sometimes it is performed as earl. Just like girl, it is performed as earl. Okay, so this one is the uniform resource locator through which every page has a unique address. We will cover this thing in detail later on about the IP address, about the uniform resource identifier and locator and other things. But right now, just see this thing that all of the web page has a unique address. Like just every one of you have a unique address. Suppose if I want to send something to you, some letter to you, then I will have your postal address through which that letter could reach to you. Similarly, every web page has a unique address. That address is called URL, Uniform Resource Locator. So these things are some of the basic building blocks of the web: the URL, the web browser, the HTML hypertext markup language. We will discuss it in detail in the Friday session, HTML. Then there is HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol. Protocol means set of rules. There will always be a certain protocol through which things takes place. Here on the internet also, or over the web also, we need certain rules, certain regulation. According to that one only we can perform any of the task. Otherwise there will be complete chaos. So that's why there must be certain protocol. Might be you have already learned about different protocols in the computer network if you have learned that subject. So here in this one also there is HTTP hypertext transfer protocol, or HTTPS hypertext transfer protocol secure. So all these things are available over here on the pages. With the help of this web become popular. And over the time, it has become so popular that it has taken over all the services. Okay. Have you listened about the FTP? Maybe or may not be. Sometimes we need to download that data, then we need to go to their FTP. Have you heard about the Telnet? Probably no. Okay. Why? Because all these services has been overpowered by the web. Web becomes so popular, it is so easy to use that nowadays among all of the services, the World Wide Web is very commonly used. That's why there is a there is a confusion that the internet and World Wide Web are synonymous to each other. So by this discussion, it must be clear to all of you that both the things are not synonymous. World Wide Web is a part of the internet. Like in GIS also, the internet GIS is a wider thing. Web GIS is a subset of that. Okay. So I will continue this discussion on the World Wide Web, but first I am giving you a 10 minutes break, and thereafter I will continue to discuss about the evolution, about the Web 2.0 and other things. Okay. So first there is a 10 minutes break, and I will start the class again after 10 minutes. So let's start the class. So earlier saying about the evolution of web, that how the circle started to charge money from the clients in the year 1993. People start looking for the options, and World Wide Web or Web has become a very good option for such type of thing. It was given by Tim Berners-Lee, and he has developed the HTML, HTTP URL at CERN. Okay, the web has become so popular because of its graphical user interface, menu-driven interface. It become very easy for any person to use the web. Okay, over the time, the web has also seen the changes because there is a need of a regulatory authority so that everything will function properly. As I have told you earlier, that there are the protocols on the internet through which the things get work. Yes.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking a lot.
Okay. Yes. Okay, I have changed the proxy. If there is still problem, you can. Please confirm. My audio is okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Now it is okay.
So I was discussing about the yes, I was discussing about the protocols that on the internet, because several servers work, there is a need for a proper authority through which this thing is managed. So on the World Wide Web, there is a term called W3C. What is W3C? It is World Wide Web Consortium. Okay, World Wide Web Consortium. This World Wide Web Consortium is responsible for managing the web, for giving different protocols and other things for the web. Okay. Apart from that, there are several other organizations like ISOTC that is responsible for managing net. So all these things gives us the protocol, gives us the rules, regulations, services work. Now, after this, the next development took place in the form of Web 2.0. Okay, nowadays, in India, we use to say 2.0. So if you go to the Western world, or if you see the Western web series, movies, and other things, you will find they do not say zero, they say O. So that's why this term Web 2.0 came. What is Web 2.0? Web 2.0 is the modified version of web before 2000. Okay, from 2000 onwards, the time that it is not web, it is Web 2.0. But before that one, the content of the web is more or less static in nature. Static in nature means there is a one-way traffic, means the developer or the server very much less option for the user to set its own data.
Ma'am, still
Ma'am,
voice is breaking a lot, ma'am.
I will do one thing. I will wait for 2-3 minutes. Continue. So I've changed the proxy. Just wait for a minute or two. This problem is with everyone because my internet is working perfectly. Means it's working at a good speed. My audio is breaking for everyone or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
For
ma'am.
everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So please check again. Am I okay now? My audio is okay now?
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
it still
It is
breaking?
okay. Yes, ma'am. It is okay, ma'am.
Okay. So I was discussing about, I do not know whether you people are able to get that thing or I was earlier discussing about the different organizations in the field of this web, okay, that are responsible for regulating the web. Like different names, okay, World CC, IS organization for standard 211. Then OGC, this one is specifically for GIS, Spatial Consortium for the advancement of information standard. So these are the different organizations and they are responsible for the development of open standard worldwide web. Okay. By the year 2000, most of the content on the web was static in nature. Static in nature means that the content is given by the server and there is a very less involvement of the user. User can see the things, but there is a very limited option for the user to give the input. Like nowadays, if you read any of the news, at the bottom there are different comments which are given by the people. There is a lot of UGC, user generated content. By the year 2000, it was possible from 2000 onward, there is a modification in the web, and this new form of web is called Web 2.0. Okay, as usually we say that this is, this is government 2.0 and other things. 2.0 means 2.0 in general terms, or since in the Western world, instead of saying zero, they say O. So this Web 2.0 means it's a new version of earlier web. In this Web 2.0, there are a lot of functionalities that are possible. We will discuss about it in detail after that. Okay. But Web 2.0, now we have seen about the development of the web. Okay, the development of GIS, the evolution of GIS. You people already know how the GIS has been evolved. The GIS has been evolved by 1960s. There are several companies, like one of it is Canadian government affair in the form of CIS, where they have to develop the GIS for Canada under the leadership of Roger Tomlinson. Apart from that, there are still other initiatives taken at different laboratories, at different research institutes. So we have already learned about it in the evolution of GIS. Therefore, I'm not going into this one. You can read the theory about the thing over here. They have discussed about the GIS evolution in a very short form. Then they have shown the applications of GIS, how GIS is used. This is a very interesting one. I am sharing one of my experience view of this examination, this end semester examination driver. From many of the students, or I can say most of these students, I have asked one of the application field, like how the GIS will be useful in agriculture, how the GIS could be useful in the agriculture sector, or how the GIS could be useful in the education sector, isn't it? I have asked this question from, I think it will be different. Same. No, the strange thing is that many of these students are not able to say the things in a proper manner. We know the theory, you know buffer analysis, overlay analysis, proximity analysis, view shed analysis, so many other things. So if I ask about the operation, maybe you people are able to answer. But if I say, think about its application, or think how it can be used in different fields, most of the students are, they are not giving the appropriate answer. So read this section. Read this section, it will give you some of the idea how to answer questions like this. Okay, this is your work. You need to read about it. This section is like, it is telling the application of GIS, how GIS can be used in risk management. What are the different questions and how the GIS could be useful over here? Like, if there is a flood, what will be the, if there is a flood, what area will be at risk and whose homes will be affected? How we can do the analysis? We can use buffer analysis in a very rough estimation manner. We can go by 3D surface modeling. We can use DEM and other things. How this thing can be used in like it can be used in disaster management, and it can be used in the emergency preparedness, in the zoning of different places. Then next question, which customer can be affected? A business can use GIS to overlay the aforementioned risk area with customer layer to determine which customer house fall into the flood zone. Use, and an insurance company can calculate the total financial impact from a potential catastrophic flood. What is the action plan in case of flood? GIS can be used to find the areas upstream where bank can be altered to redirect the flood water to unpopulated area. Use, emergency crew can make preparedness operations to see damages and save lives. Why are we doing this content? So that people can think about the answers. I asked from someone how the GIS could be useful in the agriculture sector. Okay. Means the fragmented way, the answer is coming in the fragmented way. There will be a soil, there will be a precipitation, irrigation. Somebody asked you, this is a to the why, right? It's a thing. Ask you any question, take few seconds to think about it. No, do not start speaking about it. Do not start answering about it. Think a little bit. उसके बारे में थोड़ा सोचो आप क्या पूछा जा रहा है, उसको आप कैसे सीक्वेंस करोगे. ऐसा नहीं कि कोई एकदम से कोई एप्लीकेशन एरिया पूछ ले और आप तुरंत उसको आंसर कर दोगे. आपको थोड़ा सोचना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जब भी हम कोई एप्लीकेशन के बारे में बात करते हैं हम एकदम नीचे से सोचना शुरू करते हैं कि डेटा प्रिपरेशन से हम सोचें. Isn't it? कहाँ से डेटा हमारा बनना शुरू होगा, वहां से ले जाते हम उसके एप्लीकेशन पर हम ले जा सकते हैं. कि सॉइल का डेटा हमारे पास चाहिए होगा, डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ क्रॉप्स का डेटा चाहिए होगा, इरिगेशन की फैसिलिटी उसकी मैपिंग करने की जरूरत है. डिफरेंट प्लेसेस जहां पर जो मंडियां हैं जहां पर सामान को बेचा खरीदा जा रहा है उनके लोकेशंस, पहले तो ये चीज सोचने की जरूरत है. देयर आफ्टर एप्लीकेशंस आप कहाँ कहाँ उसको लगा सकते हो. जैसे कि अभी आपने एक एग्जांपल देखा कि आपने कर्नाटका जीआईएस के एग्जांपल में देखा कि क्या अलग अलग आपके पास में ऑप्शन, एक पूरा पोर्टल बना हुआ है एग्रीकल्चर का उनके पास में. उस एग्रीकल्चर पोर्टल के थ्रू वहां पर साइट सूटेबिलिटी चेक करी जा सकती है, क्रॉप सूटेबिलिटी सेलेक्ट करी जा सकती है, सारा चीजें यहाँ पर हमारे पास में अवेलेबल है. सॉइल हेल्थ मिशन, क्रॉप सूटेबिलिटी, लैंड सूटेबिलिटी, सेरिकल्चर डैशबोर्ड, एग्रीकल्चर डीएसएस, क्रॉप इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम, कितने सारे अलग अलग एप्लीकेशन हैं. ये जरूरी नहीं कि आप सारे एप्लीकेशन सोच लोगे, एक भी एप्लीकेशन ठीक से सोच लो तो बहुत आप अच्छे से इस क्वेश्चन को आंसर कर सकते हो, है ना. तो ये क्योंकि ये मेरे को पहले ही लेक्चर में डिस्कस करना था, लेकिन आप लोग ये ध्यान रखिएगा कि फ्यूचर में आप चाहे अपने एग्जामिनेशन का वाइवा दें, चाहे कभी अपने प्लेसमेंट के लिए वाइवा दें, इस तरीके के क्वेश्चन जो थोड़े से अलग होते हैं, मींस रेगुलर क्वेश्चन अगर हमने सीधा डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा व्हाट इज ओवरले, इट्स ओके, आपने उसका डेफिनेशन याद किया है, रटा है, आप उसको आंसर कर दोगे. बट व्हेन वी गो फॉर द एप्लीकेशन एरिया यू विल नॉट रिमेंबर एवरीथिंग, यू कैन नॉट आंसर इट इमीडिएटली सच टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन बिकॉज यू हैव टू थिंक अबाउट इट. How the GIS could be useful in the agriculture sector, how will you build the answer. Okay, you cannot स्टार्ट आंसरिंग इट इमीडिएटली, आपको बिल्ड करना पड़ता है कि हम किस डायरेक्शन में लेकर के जाएंगे. जैसे क्रॉप सूटेबिलिटी की बात करी जाए तो क्रॉप सूटेबिलिटी तक जाने के पहले क्या क्या प्रिपरेशन हो रहा है वो भी तो सोचना पड़ेगा. तो हमेशा कभी भी कोई इस तरीके का सरप्राइजिंग क्वेश्चन हो या थोड़ा अलग हट करके क्वेश्चन हो, उसके बारे में पहले सोचा करिए, है ना. बोलने से पहले सोचिए कि हम इस क्वेश्चन को कैसे आंसर करेंगे, कहाँ पर लेकर के जाएंगे, क्या इसमें डेटा का रिक्वायरमेंट होगा. बाकी कुछ डेटा तो आप कोई भी एप्लीकेशन लगा लीजिए उसमें आएंगे ही आएंगे. जैसे एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव बाउंड्री है, यहाँ पर अगर इस डेटा सेट को भी अगर आप देखें, यहाँ पर एग्रीकल्चर लैंड सूटेबिलिटी है, यहाँ पर एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव बाउंड्री हर जगह आती है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट, तालुक, होबली, विलेज इनका अपना अलग है. लेकिन यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं कि ये पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन आपको यहाँ से, ये पूरा का पूरा लेयर्ड फॉर्म में आपको ये सारा इंफॉर्मेशन, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव बाउंड्रीज रहेंगी ही रहेंगी, है ना. लेयर्स, सॉइल मैप आना कॉमन है, स्लोप काफी कॉमन है, बेस में जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं कि सैटेलाइट इमेजेस जो होती हैं एक तरीके से बेस मैप की तरह हमेशा आती हैं, चाहे वो सैटेलाइट इमेजेस ले लीजिए, ओएसएम मैप्स ले लीजिए, बिंग मैप्स, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट बिंग मैप्स होते हैं, उनको ले सकते हैं. तो ये आपको थोड़ा सोचने की जरूरत पड़ेगी, है ना. तो नेक्स्ट टाइम कभी भी इस तरीके के क्वेश्चंस को आप आंसर करें, क्योंकि इमीडिएटली अभी आपका तो अगले सेमेस्टर से जब प्लेसमेंट शुरू होगा तो वहां आप और भी इस तरीके की चीजों को देखेंगे. तो हमेशा इस चीज को टेकन केयर करें कि आप अपने को टाइम दें किसी भी क्वेश्चन को आंसर करने के लिए. चलिए वापस आ जाते हैं यहाँ पे. इस डिस्कशन में नहीं जा रहे हैं अबाउट द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ, अबाउट द एवोल्यूशन ऑफ जीआईएस, बिकॉज हमने ये ऑलरेडी प्रीवियस सेमेस्टर में कवर कर लिया है. अब यहाँ पर टिल नाउ हम लोग ने बहुत डिटेल में देख लिया इंटरनेट के एवोल्यूशन के बारे में, अबाउट द इनिशियल एवोल्यूशन ऑफ वेब, नॉट अबाउट द वेब 2.0. अभी वहां पर हम लोग को आना है. अब हम लोग अगला, जैसे वेब 1.0 या वेब का इनिशियल वर्जन डेवलप हुआ, उसने पैरेलली हर एक फील्ड को अफेक्ट किया, है ना. इट इज नॉट जस्ट लिमिटेड टू द कंप्यूटर्स, केवल वहीं तक एक पर्टिकुलर फील्ड पर उसका असर रहा हो, वेब के डेवलपमेंट ने हर एक फील्ड को अफेक्ट किया है, ठीक है। अब वो चाहे एजुकेशन का फील्ड हो, चाहे एग्रीकल्चर का फील्ड हो, चाहे ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का फील्ड हो, कोई भी फील्ड होगा उसमें सब अपने फील्ड के हिसाब से उसके एप्लीकेशन, उसके इम्पैक्ट को देखते हैं। यहाँ पर भी जब हम लोग जीआईएस की बात करते हैं, वहां पर वेब का इम्पैक्ट जीआईएस में आया। किस फॉर्म में आया? The very first application of WebGIS come in the form of a web mapping application. Okay, what is web mapping? Web mapping, you can think about this one. This is the example of web mapping, isn't it? A map is created over the web in front of you. This one is the Karnataka district map. So here you can see this whole map, this district map is coming in front of you. So this is what this one is, one of the example of web mapping. This one is the example of interactive web mapping. Why? Because I can select different inputs over here, and according to the selected input, the output will get changed. Okay? The output will get changed based upon the selected input crop or selected input district taluk. So this one is the example of interactive web mapping. The very first application of the web on the GIS, the first application of WebGIS is considered as the web mapping application. Where it was developed? It was developed as Xerox Spark. Write down this name. Write down this name in your copy. Xerox Spark. This one is the name of a research institute in US. So in Xerox Spark, so in 1993 at Xerox Spark, the very first web-based map viewer has been developed. And it was developed by whom? It was developed by Steve Purds. Okay, the name of that person is Steve Purds. Show you his name. So this Xerox Park map here, it was developed by Steve Purds in June 1993. Write down his name. Steve Purds has developed the very first map viewer, web map viewer. So in this map here, what he has done some experiment, and he has provided the maps of US, different types of maps, some road maps, some administrative boundaries over there. Okay, so this one was the very first application where different layers are provided over the web. The spatial data was visible over the web by using the map viewer. So this one was the very first development of WebGIS. What was the development? The map viewer was developed by Steve Purds in 1993 at Xerox Park. Okay. So this one is considered as the very first development of the web GIS. I'm reading it out. In the year 1993, the Xerox Corporation Palo Alto Research Center developed a web-based map viewer marking the origin of WebGIS. The Xerox Park map viewer was an experiment in allowing retrieval of interactive information on the web rather than providing access to strictly static files. The website provided simple map zoom capabilities, layer selection, map projection conversions, User could use the map viewer in a web browser and click a link to a function. The web browser would then send an HTTP request to the web server. The web server would receive the request, perform mapping operations, generate a new map, and return it to the web browser that requested it. The web browser would then receive and display the map image. This pioneered the approach of running GIS inside a web browser, demonstrating that users anywhere on the web could use GIS without having it locally installed, an advantage that traditional desktop GIS does not have. So this one was considered as the very first example. They have given the picture of this one also, although it is not very much clear and a little bit blurred. But this one is the very first example of web GIS. Later on, most of the development were based on the mapping only. Most of the earlier development were made for the mapping, and they have created some online atlas and other things. Like in 1994, Canadian National Atlas Information Service has been started. In this one, they have given different layers such as roads, rivers, administrative boundaries, ecological regions. Based upon the user choice, the user could view different types of layer. In 1995, again, another application, Alexandria Digital Library and USGS portal was developed. You know, USGS web portal is very popular. Like in satellite image processing, we are going to learn this thing, isn't it? In the previous 10, I have told you to register on the Earth Explorer website so that you would be able to download the data. So in the year 1995, USGS web portal has been developed, and there was a concept of NSDI. Later on, we will learn about it. NSDI means the government is going to provide the spatial information just like any other infrastructure facility, like water, like road, and other things. The information will be available to the people. So since NSDI has been developed, or the starting of NSDI development has taken place in US, therefore the USGS National Clearinghouse has been developed at that time. Later on, 1995, US released its Tiger. What was the full form of Tiger? It is already written on the screen. I hope everyone remember Tiger, topologically integrated geographic encoding and referencing. It is a raster file format or a vector file format. Tiger. Anyone? Raster or vector? Which type of file format is Tiger? Is it raster or vector?
Ma'am, vector.
Everyone saying vector, nobody is going for raster. Okay, so then yes, it is a vector file format, whether it is a topological file format or non-topological file format.
Ma'am, topological.
Yes, so it is clearly indicated in its full form, topologically integrated. So yes, it is a topological file format. We have earlier in the GIS course, we have learned about different vector file format. So one among them is a Tiger file format. Okay, and Tiger was given by the US Census Bureau. You know, the US Census Bureau has a lot of contribution in the development of GIS. If you will read the different things, initial development of GIS, you will find there are several contributions that are made by the US Census Bureau because they were doing the mapping work, isn't it? The Census Bureau is not just means responsible for counting the number of people. They are not just responsible for the head count. The Census Bureau of any of the country, whether it is India or whether it is United States, they used to do a lot of work other than the counting of people. So one such work is the mapping. They need to map the villages. Even on the, if you go to the Census of India website over there, also you will find that they are doing the mapping work. In United States, since they are quite um, means They have taken a lot of initiatives in the GIS. Therefore, earlier development of GIS, some of the earlier development of GIS is because of US Census Bureau, and one of them is Tiger file format. So with the help of Tiger file format, they used to keep the administrative boundary information of their states, counties, cities. So that's why they have released the Tiger mapping service. Okay, so through Tiger, they have contributed in both in the GIS, in the standalone desktop-based GIS, as well as in the web GIS by using the web mapping, by developing the web mapping of that one. Thereafter, there are some other development like in the field of software also, the connection between the desktop GIS with the web has been started. Then there is a MapQuest, which is again a very popular and very useful service. You know, if I open this one, I do not know how many of you have seen the MapQuest. Later on, when we will learn about the web mapping subtopic, we will learn about it in detail. But here again, you can see I have opened this MapQuest, and on this one, there are several things that are available. I need to log in on this one first. Okay, I will cover this thing later on when we learn about the web mapping. So this one is the MapQuest website. So MapQuest was again in the year 1996, it was developed and it was basically used for the web mapping purpose. So this is how the initial development of WebGIS has taken place. And thereafter, when Web 2.0 has been started, okay, whose starting is considered to be from 2000 onwards, the Web 2.0 has been started. First, we will learn about what is Web 2.0, and later on in the next turn, I will discuss about the development of WebGIS after Web 2.2. Okay. So, coming to the Web 2.0, who has given this term, it was this person. Write it down, his name. The term Web 2.0 was coined by Darcy DeNucci in the year 1999. Sometimes people used to say it is also associated with Tim O'Reilly, again a very popular name in the field of computer science. There are several books of O'Reilly publication in the field of web development. Okay. So these are the two people, Darcy DeNucci and Tim O'Reilly, and the development of Web 2.0 or this term 2.0 has been coined by these people. Now, what is the meaning of Web 2.0? Okay. The very first thing is harnessing the collective intelligence. This one is the very first application or feature of Web 2.0. When we talk about web previous to Web 2.0 or earlier web, most of its content was read only. Okay. The user can just read that content but cannot express his or her view on the web. Like suppose if I open the website, suppose if I open this website, okay, can I give any input on this website? I could read this website but cannot give, because this one is the purpose of this one is to give you the information of the institute. So if you open any of the institute's website, most of its detail are static in nature because it is giving you the information of that institute. Like if I open this one, okay, these are the example of read-only website. In this one, you can read the content, but other than that, you cannot do other thing. But nowadays, if you open most of the, I do not know it will be available right now or not. Just wait. Yes. See, if you read this news, okay, this one is the news. India reported 37,379 new COVID cases and 124 deaths. Omicron tally at 1892. This one is the Times of India news. Now, if I go at the bottom of this news, you can see it was that. Yes, latest comment. So there is a comment section. So this COVID wave is not due to Omicron. Omicron cases are still less than 2000. So this is one such comment is made by some person. If I want to add some comment, I can add comment. I can read some 4 more comments that is given by different people over here. So this was what happening. I can give my own input in this one. I can share my intelligence over there. Are you getting it? This is what the difference, what it is told over here. Harnessing collective information. With Web 1.0, the original web was characterized by read-only content and a top-down information flow. Web 2.0 is a read-write web that features an abundance of user-generated UGC, user-generated content, and a reverse information flow. Reverse information flow means it is not just from the provider to the consumer, but from the consumer to the provider also. That's why it is both top down as well as bottom up information flow over here. The competitive advantage derived by some Web 2.0 company comes back almost entirely from the critical mass use of sharing information. For example, eBay's product is the collective activity of all its user buying and selling goods and information. Amazon engages user by inviting them to submit and share their product view. Blog websites are based upon user posts and diaries. Wikipedia, online encyclopedia is made up of the expertise of web user and edited by the volunteers. These websites attract new and regular users because of the product comment and knowledge offered by the other user. Okay, so this is what I have given you one of the example that when we go for the Web 2.0, there is a possibility of the user to send the comment. Like suppose if I open one of the shopping websites, say Amazon, okay, I want to purchase some book on Web GIS. Okay, I'm searching about it. I'm getting one of the book, Getting to Know Web GIS by Pinde Fu. Okay, if I open this one, you know, there are 45 ratings. Along with that, there are some of the user comments. Okay, the information is good. However, the book itself is falling apart. The binding has separated and pages are falling. Very little use, terrible. Good book for the intro in WebGIS. So there are the different comments which are given by the people. Even when I have purchased this book, I also got the request from the Amazon site to rate this product to add the comment. Whenever if I have any question, I can also ask question about this product. Okay, I can also ask any of the question about this product, and that information, that question will appear to that person who has purchased this product. So this is how the information is collected. Everybody, whether you are using any e-commerce website for purchasing or selling anything, if you go to the blogs, anything, there are the comment section. So that's why the intelligence of the other people is also incorporated. My thought, my thinking is also be added up over here. So that's why this is the very first advantage or very first functionality of Web 2.0. Second one, web as a platform. Okay, this platform thing comes from the cloud computing, information infrastructure as a platform, sorry, IaaS, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. So maybe you people are aware about the cloud computing. So web is a platform for computing and software development. Among these developments are software as a service, where software capabilities are delivered as web services or web applications, and cloud computing, where dynamically scalable and often virtual resources are provided as a service over the web. These services can be remixed in the cloud to build new application. The web as a platform makes these new methods available for application development and deployment. I will explain this thing with the help of an example. What they are trying to say, you may or may not be aware about the cloud computing, but I will show you the example of this one. Yes, Google Docs. I think so most of you must have used the Google Docs. Right now on the screen, you can see that there is one document-like interface that is appearing on the screen. It is just like, on this MS Office, MS Word. Okay. So all of you have used the MS Word. Here also, you can create your own document. There are so many functionalities that are available over here. And even if I haven't installed MS Word on my system, I can use that one over the web, isn't it? I'm not using this one which is installed on my system. Okay. My thing is installed over here, MS Office Word 2007, 2010. Others are given over here. But right now I am not using my software. I am using it over the web. ठीक है, सिस्टम पे रखा हुआ सॉफ्टवेयर अलग है, उसको कहीं से इस्तेमाल नहीं हो रहा है. यहाँ आपके सामने क्या इंटरफेस खुला हुआ है, गूगल डॉक्स का. मेरे सिस्टम में अगर कुछ भी नहीं होता, कोई भी एमएस ऑफिस इंस्टॉल्ड ही नहीं होता या कोई दूसरा एडिटर भी नहीं इंस्टॉल्ड होता, इवन इन दैट केस हम इसको बना सकते थे. ठीक है, जैसे यहाँ कुछ भी इसका आप कोई भी एडिटिंग यूज कर सकते हैं, वॉइस टाइपिंग. आई एम ट्राइंग to cover the cloud computing topic. Right now, I am showing its example. ठीक है, यहाँ पर देखिए हमने जो बोला वो अपना टाइप कर रहा है. ये सारा जो भी काम था ये अपने आप, ये अपना सिस्टम से होता जा रहा है. यहाँ पर आप क्या एग्जाम्पल देख रहे हो? यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हो कि यहाँ क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग यूज हो रहा है, सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस यहाँ पर यूज हो रहा है. यहाँ पर हम जो कर रहे हैं, जैसे वर्ड में, एमएस वर्ड में आप करते हैं, वो सारा काम यहाँ पर आप कर सकते हैं बिना अपने सिस्टम पे कोई सॉफ्टवेयर इंस्टॉल किए हुए. ठीक है, आप लोग ने गूगल ड्राइव यूज करी होगी सबने, हो सकता है ड्रॉप बॉक्स आप लोग ने यूज किया हो. जब आप गूगल ड्राइव को यूज करते हैं, या सिंपली अगर आप ऐसे सोचिए कि अगर हम कोई भी चीज, या गूगल ड्राइव भी छोड़ दीजिए, आप इसको देखिए. ठीक है, यहाँ पर हमने कुछ वेब जीआईएस से रिलेटेड कंटेंट डाला, उससे रिलेटेड कुछ बुक्स डाली, उससे रिलेटेड कुछ नोट्स डाले हैं इंट्रोडक्शन के, दूसरे चीजों के. जब आप इसको डाउनलोड करते हैं तो क्या आप मेरे सिस्टम के हार्ड ड्राइव को यूज करते हैं? द आंसर इज नो. नहीं, आप मेरे सिस्टम के हार्ड ड्राइव को नहीं यूज करते. हमने ये सामान कहीं पर रख दिया है और उस कहीं XYZ जो जगह है वहां से आप जाकर के इसको लेकर के आ रहे हैं. ये XYZ जगह कहाँ है ये ना हमें पता है ना आपको पता है, लेकिन किसी देश के किसी डेटा सेंटर पे किसी सर्वर पर ये सामान रखा हुआ है. वो अलग कहानी जो हम लोग क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग पढ़ेंगे तब सीखेंगे सुनेंगे. बट अभी के लिए इतना समझिए कि ये ना मेरे सिस्टम पर है ना आपके सिस्टम पर है, लेकिन तब भी आपके सामने ये दिख रहा है. आपके पास में PDF रीडर इंस्टॉल हो ना हो, अगर आप इस पर क्लिक करेंगे तो MS टीम पर ये अपने आप खुल जाएगा. अब ये स्टोरेज वाली जब हम बात करते हैं कि ये सारा हमारा कंटेंट, या आप अगर गूगल यूज करते हैं कोई अटैचमेंट में, या गूगल ड्राइव पर अपने कुछ पिक्चर्स रखते हैं, कुछ बुक्स रखते हैं, कोई भी सामान रखते हैं, तो वो स्टोरेज आपके सिस्टम पे नहीं हो रहा, वो कहीं और हो रहा है। वहां पर आप क्या यूज कर रहे हैं? स्टोरेज फैसिलिटी को यूज कर रहे हैं, मीन्स इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फैसिलिटी को यूज कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, गूगल ऐप इंजन हो सकता है आप में से कुछ लोगों ने यूज किया हो, उसका एग्जांपल बाद में दिखाएंगे। लेकिन गूगल ऐप इंजन में भी आप देखेंगे कि आप खुद से कोड करके, कोडिंग आपके अपने सिस्टम पर कुछ नहीं। या एक आपको एग्जांपल दूसरा दिखा देते हैं, एनाकोंडा, जो कि पाइथन के लिए यूज होता है। एनाकोंडा मूवी की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, एनाकोंडा पाइथन वाले की बात कर रहे हैं। इसको 2 मिनट वेट करिए, ओपन हो रहा है। क्योंकि उसको साइन इन करना पड़ेगा, उसको छोड़ दीजिए। लेकिन यहाँ पर एनाकोंडा पे हम जाएंगे तो अपना पाइथन कोड हम लिख करके यहीं से एग्जीक्यूट करा देंगे। इसी तरीके से एक मिनट, यस, यहाँ पर देखिए, यहाँ पर हम जो भी यहाँ पर अगर हम कुछ करेंगे, यहाँ पर हम HTML अपना कुछ भी यहाँ पर लिख दे रहे हैं, रन करा दे रहे हैं, तो यहाँ पर HTML का कोड रन होकर के एग्जीक्यूट होकर के आउटपुट आपको मिल जा रहा है। यहाँ पर हम क्या यूज कर रहे हैं? यहाँ पर हमने प्लेटफॉर्म की तरह इसको यूज किया। तो ये क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग की जो 3 फंडामेंटल सर्विसेज होती हैं, सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस, प्लेटफॉर्म एज अ सर्विस, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एज अ सर्विस, तीनों के ही एग्जाम्पल आपको दिखाया। यहाँ पर यही एप्लीकेशन बताई जा रही है, वेब एज अ प्लेटफॉर्म, okay, that we can use web as a platform through which we can access different services that are not even installed in our system, which are not even purchased by our side. Even in that case, we are able to work on that one. Why? Because we are working in the cloud. We are working in the cloud means cloud computing. Okay. Next, third one, lightweight programming models. Many web systems support lightweight and easy programming models such as Ajax. The full form, write down the full form of Ajax. It is asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. And empower users to create new functionalities with mashup simply by mashing up or assembling various web sources in novel way. Now here this new term has been used, Ajax, and Ajax is nothing new but a combination of existing JavaScript and XML. Right now I am just showing its application, but later on we will learn about it in detail. Suppose right now the internet is quite good, that's why its effect is not appearing. Like many times it might happen with you when you open any of the shopping website, whether it is Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, Myntra, whatever you are using. If you open it, you will find that all the products are not listed at once. over the time, slowly and slowly, if the internet is slow, over the time the product will get listed. Okay, I will try to show that thing on Google Earth. Might be it will work. Trying to show its effect. Just wait for a minute. Yes, right now you might be able to see my internet is quite good this time, but you can see that gradually the things are appearing. You might not be able to see this thing because of very good internet connectivity, but gradually you will see that when the internet is slow, not all the tiles will appear at once. Slowly and slowly few of the tiles will appear, and user doesn't have to wait for all the data to get loaded. As the things come, as the data is retrieved from the server, it will get displayed. So this is what happens when you use the Ajax. It will not give you the start and stop nature of the web application. आज सी डेटा कम, जैसे जैसे डेटा आएगा थोड़ा थोड़ा बिट्स एंड पीसेस में आता जाएगा. चाहे वो आप कोई भी शॉपिंग वेबसाइट यूज करें तो सारे प्रोडक्ट अगर एक साथ लिस्ट नहीं होता तो धीमे धीमे करके लिस्ट होते हैं. इसी तरीके से गूगल अर्थ है, बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल है अजैक्स का, जिसमें सारी टाइल्स एक साथ नहीं आती. जब इंटरनेट स्लो होता है तो वो धीमे धीमे करके वो टाइल्स आती जाती हैं. So this is what they are saying, that they have used the Ajax because of Web 2.0. Then there is another thing called mashup. Maybe you have listened this term mashup in music, pop music. म्यूजिक में मैशअप क्या होता है?
मैम कई सॉन्ग्स को एक साथ मैच कर दो.
यस, मल्टीपल आंसर आ रहे हैं. चलिए और भी कोई
मैम डिफरेंट सॉन्ग्स को मतलब जब मिक्स करते हैं तो मैम मैशअप हो जाता है.
बोल रहे थे? हाँ, चलिए, ये तो बिल्कुल सही आंसर है. ये म्यूजिक के टर्म्स में आंसर, और यही कुछ काम यहाँ पर भी होता है जब वेब मैशअप्स बनाए जाते हैं. वेब मैशअप में क्या किया जाता है, यहाँ म्यूजिक की बजाय अलग अलग कंटेंट को लिया जाता है. अगर कोई कंटेंट अलग अलग जगह से मिला करके किसी एक वेबसाइट पर आता है, देन इट इज कॉल्ड मैशअप. और आज के टाइम में मैशअप्स बहुत यूज होते हैं क्योंकि हर एक कोई स्क्रैच से अपना कंटेंट नहीं बनाता है, बल्कि वो कहीं से किसी सेकंड थर्ड पार्टी से उस डेटा को ले लेता है. ठीक है, तो ये मैशअप और इस तरीके की फैसिलिटीज अगेन ये वेब 2.0 के साथ में आई. नेक्स्ट वन इज डेटा इज द नेक्स्ट इंटेल इनसाइड इंटेल. Every significant internet application is backed by a specialized database. Data is important, especially when there is a significant cost in creating the data. Companies can license using data or aggregate data, for example, by facilitating user participation. Once the amount of data reaches critical mass, it can be turned into a system service. So basically what they are trying to say that in this one the data is very important. आप डेटा को, बहुत ज्यादा डेटा क्योंकि आज के टाइम में जनरेट हो रहा है. जो सबसे पहला हमने एप्लीकेशन देखा था हार्नेसिंग दी कलेक्टिव इंटेलिजेंस, वहां पर हमने यही देखा कि यूजर जनरेटेड कंटेंट. आपने एक ये देखा, एक कभी आगे नेक्स्ट टर्न पे इसको कवर करेंगे, VGI वॉलंटियर ज्योग्राफिक इंफॉर्मेशन. और इसको जनरलाइज टर्म में अगर हम लोग बात करें देन इट इज कॉल्ड क्राउड सोर्सिंग और VGI अलग. क्राउड सोर्सिंग ब्रॉडर टर्म है, VGI जब हम स्पेसिफिक टू ज्योग्राफिक इंफॉर्मेशन की बात करते हैं. तो वहां से आप देखेंगे किस तरीके से यूजर जनरेटेड डेटा आज के टाइम में इतना ज्यादा हो गया है. डेटा एविडेंस है हमारे पास में, और इसमें वेब का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल है. और पैरेलली जो डेवलपमेंट हमारे पास में हो रहे हैं डिवाइसेस में, कनेक्टिविटी इंटरनेट में, इन सब के कारण से इसको हम लोग नेक्स्ट टर्न पे कवर करेंगे. Then software that reaches beyond a single device. अगेन वो उसी का कंटिन्यूएशन है कि एक सॉफ्टवेयर लाइक एक वेब ब्राउजर है, जरूरी नहीं है कि वो वेब ब्राउजर केवल एक लैपटॉप पे चले या केवल एक डेस्कटॉप पे चले. वो अलग अलग डिवाइसेस में आज के टाइम पे चलता है. वो मोबाइल डिवाइस पे भी, मोबाइल स्मार्टफोन्स पे भी चलेगा, वो टैबलेट्स में भी चलेगा, वो लैपटॉप पे भी चलेगा, डेस्कटॉप पे भी चलेगा, और फ्यूचर में पता नहीं कौन सा नया डिवाइस इन्वेंट हो जाए तो उस पे भी चलेगा। कहने का मतलब ये है कि अब कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर या कोई भी एप्लीकेशन जब डेवलप करी जाती है देन इट इज नॉट जस्ट लिमिटेड टू अ सिंगल डिवाइस, क्योंकि आप अलग अलग डिवाइस पर जाते हैं, जैसे लैपटॉप पर या डेस्कटॉप पर स्क्रीन बड़ी होती है, बैटरी पावर ज्यादा होता है, जो भी कंप्यूटिंग रिसोर्सेस होते हैं वो ज्यादा होते हैं। बट अगर हम वही स्मार्टफोन की बात करें, स्क्रीन साइज कम हो जाता है, बैटरी पावर लिमिटेड होती है, कंप्यूटिंग रिसोर्सेज लिमिटेड होते हैं। तो किस तरीके से अपने सॉफ्टवेयर को, अपने एप्स को हमको उसी के अकॉर्डिंग बनाना पड़ता है। ये वेब 2.0 के साथ आया कि सॉफ्टवेयर एक डिवाइस तक सीमित नहीं है, बल्कि वो अलग अलग तरीके के डिवाइसेस में यूज होता है। देन लास्ट वन इज रिच यूजेबिलिटी। Popular 2.0 application have a graphic user interface that is easy to use, is easy on the eye, and offers a user experience that is similar to what desktop software application have to offer. यहाँ पर एक टर्म होता है RIA. RIA stands for Rich Internet Application. Okay, so यहाँ पर अगेन आप के पास में बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस हैं जिसके थ्रू एक बहुत अच्छे यूजर इंटरफेस को क्रिएट किया जा सकता है। उसी के लिए यहाँ पर अलग अलग RIA वगैरह के बारे में आगे चल करके इसको डिस्कस करेंगे। बट these all are the development or these all are the different functionalities which are offered through Web 2.0. So that's it from my side for today. In the next turn, that is on Thursday, we will cover about the development, means we have learned about the development of Web 2.0, about the functionalities or additional things which are offered by the Web 2.0. In the next term, we will learn how this has affected, what is the impact of Web 2.0 on the Web GIS. Web GIS में हम किस तरीके की applications में बदलाव देखते हैं, इसको आने के बाद में क्या नए नए डेवलपमेंट्स हुए हैं उसको देखेंगे। बाकी वेब जीआईएस का डेफिनेशन, उसके कंपोनेंट्स और एप्लीकेशन, ये दूसरी चीजें इसको हम लोग देखेंगे। सो थैंक यू सो मच, दैट्स इट फ्रॉम माय साइड फॉर टुडे, द क्लास इज ओवर फॉर नाउ।
Thank you, ma'am.
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 Yes, welcome to all.